friends, this is Stephanie of Stephanie's Yarn Escape. Thank you for joining me today for episode number 48. This is a crochet podcast where I take you on my yarny adventure in hopes that you find some sort of inspiration. So grab your favorite beverage, prop those feet up because you deserve to. Enjoy what I have to share. I first off want to start saying thank you to the subscribers that have followed me from the beginning, joined me halfway through, have supported me, and cheered me on along the way. I also want to say thank you for joining me for any new subscribers. I hope you enjoy the content that you see and continue to stick around. So, you may be noticing that I have done regular episodes every other week for the past few months. For those that have been following me, know the story of that I've been going to school. My daughter just started school. We had summer, she's an outdoor, I don't know what's going on with my hair today. She likes playing outside. She likes doing activities and stuff. So we've been busy. Now I was on an every other week kind of, episode recording, but with the timeline, because I wanted to announce my Attack of the Amigurumi for October. And so I decided to go ahead and record today. Now, I do have a yarn stash enhancer video that I did record last week that is ready, that needs to be posted yet. So what I was doing throughout the past couple months is I recorded an episode followed right after by a yarn stash enhancer video. And then I released that one on the opposing week. So I decided to record today. So I'm going to release that video probably sometime later this week. We shall see. My test is this week. So study. It's going to be my thing I'm doing all week. So I got a busy week. I have some training for my new position I got to do. I have been training in my new position and it's a lot. Mentally draining. Mentally, I've been tired every single day. I've been tired. But I'm learning the ropes, and that's okay. Things will come about smoothly, I hope. I'm working with a great group of girls. I get to stay at my current facility. I don't have to move positions with the education that I'm receiving. So I get to stay at I got lucky with that. They first told me I had to go get moved to a new facility. But things things happened in the good, for me that I am able to stay with my current work family, which is literally my work family. So it's hard to get into not too much detail without giving you details. So let's just move on and get into the yarny content, which is the reason why you're here today, right? Okay, so no finished items today. None. Not surprising because I usually don't have many, especially over the past few months. Now, I did have 2 last week, so that should make up for the next couple episodes, right? I have my 2 little goats that I finished up last week. And I'm going to mess with that the whole time, guaranteed. One is currently listed on my Etsy shop, and the other one is off to its new home that I made for for a precious little boy that's in my life that I don't get to see very often. So, yay on that. Now, let me just show you what I have been working on. And it's only been a week, so I feel like I don't have as much to show you guys as I typically do. But my table is still full, if that makes any sense. I have lots of things to talk about today. So, I have this rainbow baby blanket that I am working on for a request for a rainbow baby for one of my coworkers. I think she initially kind of threw it in there a couple weeks ago if I could have it done, I believe for today, she said. And I said, no way. If I wasn't in school, maybe, but I'm in school, not happening. And I have so many things going on. So this is it so far. It's bigger than I had originally wanted. It's for a baby. So that's okay. This is where I was last week when I showed you guys. So I put quite a few rows on and I started the green. Only a little bit, but the green's on there. This has been at the top of my priority list so I can get this done, because I have a few more requests that I got to do, and I like to get those rocking and rolling. So yes, so this is a basic Chevron blanket. No pattern followed. I just took my knowledge of Chevron style and went about doing that. Did some math for the yarn that I had, for the color thickness and size, and everything's working out just perfectly. So this is a muted rainbow color theme. Not theme, but this is a muted rainbow color blanket. I sent her a picture. I bought the yarn at Hobby Lobby. I sent her a picture. I said how I just love the muted rainbow colors. And she said, it's perfect. We'll go with that. So that's what we're doing. So the yarn I'm using is, I love this yarn in Mixed Berry, which is the purple, Stonewash, which is the blue, and Light Sage. And then we're going to do some burnt pumpkin, some cream, and cranberry. So that's going to be the muted rainbow baby blanket. So I love this yarn. I discovered it a couple years ago, simply because there was no Hobby Lobby near me. There was a Hobby Lobby about an hour and 15 minutes away from my house, and I only went to that town every few months. So when I went to Hobby Lobby, I was fascinated by all the other yarns, but I saw the ginormous section of I love this yarn, with all the colors you could possibly imagine, but I never really bought any. So then I think 2 years ago, I don't think it was last year, maybe it was last year, time's getting away from me, I don't know anymore. But there was actually a Hobby Lobby put in a few towns over the mountain, which is about half an hour away from me, which we go there more often than we do to the town that's about an hour and 15 minutes away. So I have easier access to their yarns, and I got a few skeins of I love this yarn, and I love it. So I typically use Caron Simply Soft. For those that follow me know, Caron Simply Soft is one of my favorites. My box is opening up for other yarns for being my favorites as well too. But Caron Simply Soft is basically my go-to, especially for blankets. I like the drape and the feel that it has. Now, Caron Simply Soft is a love-hate kind of yarn. Either you find people that love it or you find people that hate it, and I love it. So now, as far as I love this yarn, I think it's perfect for just about any type of project that you have. So I'm talking like, because I do a lot of blankets, and I've been doing a lot of amigurumi, so it's perfect for both. So this is the first blanket that I've made with I love this yarn, and it's absolutely gorgeous to work with. I've had made amigurumi out of it as well, so it's perfect for that. Now, Caron Simply Soft is not a good yarn for amigurumi in my mind, because it's a thinner four, so things are much smaller. I like more sturdy when it comes to amigurumi, just for basically, kids that like to play and, do the things that they're supposed to do with their toys and stuffed animals and stuff. And so I love this yarn is going to be more of a staple in my collection than now I have some Red Heart that I like to use for amigurumi, but I think I'm going to slowly replace it with I love this yarn, because it's pretty amazing for both blankets and amigurumi, which are the major things that I make. So now this is a 4 medium, 100% acrylic, 355 yards. So definitely going to be a staple in my collection. I would like to get more colors. That way, like with some of my Care and Simply Soft, I have a large variety of colors in my stash. Just so when I am working on a project, I just go to my stash, pull the colors that I need. So I would like to get the I Love This Yarn to that level. So what else have I been working on? Well, let me tell you. I suddenly got the knitting bug, okay? So let me tell you, my history of knitting is very small. I made a cowl. I believe Expression Fiber Arts posted this one cowl, and it had a marled effect to it, and one of my coworkers is a knitter, so she helped me with that. I took a sock class at my local yarn shop. I also want to say last year, and I'm sorry if you hear any background noises. One of the neighbors is doing construction on their porch, and so there's maybe a lot of saws and hammering you may hear. This is life, right? But anyways, I took a sock making class at my local yarn shop. I want to say it was last year before COVID happened, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, I think it was in February sometime. And I don't even remember if I discussed about my sock making adventures on my shows. Sorry, I wanted to grab something real quick. But anyways, back to my socks. So I did make a pair of socks last year, and that's the extent of my knitting adventures. A pair of socks and a cowl. Well, a couple weeks ago, when I was doing a no filter fiber cast with Crochet Creations by Christy, I showed that I started a hat. I don't know why, I just got the urge, and yes, I started a hat. So if you want to check that out, we just released our recent episode, number 12, I believe, and I show it in there. So I have the brim. Well, the knitting bug didn't stop there. I decided to get out a pair of socks that after my knitting class, I decided to start a new pair. So I had one sock done, but I didn't have the second sock. So here's the one sock that I have done. And I was actually on Amazon looking around to get one of those sock blockers, so I can show my socks, because I do want to make more socks. Now, this is a thicker sock. These are more like slipper socks. Let me tell you about the yarn. I keep it in baggies, but now that I got the little baskets from Latoya there a few months ago, I need to get the small one out for this. And there it goes. Sorry about that. This is Ella Ray Cozy Alpaca. It is 70% acrylic, 30% alpaca. And it is a thicker yarn. Is it going to tell me what thickness it is? It says it's a 4 medium. It's a very thin 4. So, yes. I mean, in comparison to some I Love This Yarn, for thickness, if I could show you guys. I'm trying to be... So, it doesn't look too bad, but I mean, it's a lot lighter. Definitely a lot lighter because it's a mixed blend. So yes, I have one sock done. All the ends are woven. Now, as far as the pattern, I don't know. So when I took the class, there was this very nice lady that taught the class. And it's just a basic, simple sock pattern. Don't know what kind of heel this is. And I believe it's been a while since I worked on, I think it's a 2x3 rib. It might be 2x2. Yes, 2x2. Which with a what's that called? Starts with a K. Kitchener's closing? I don't know. Kitchener closed toe using Kitchener stitch. So that's what I did, because that's what she gave us. Easy peasy, simple. I enjoyed it so much that the class that I made the second pair. Like I said, these are more of slipper socks. I do wear Crocs at my job, so I like wearing the pair that I originally made, which I'll show you here in a second, in my Crocs, especially during the winter. But as far as putting shoes over these, it's a little snug, but it's manageable. They're slipper socks, but they're not like too bulky of slipper socks, but they will definitely keep your feet nice and toasty. And I love them. They're so cozy. They're my favorite pair of socks. So I do have the second sock started, and so I picked it up the other night. Last night actually I picked it up because I wanted to work on it again. So that's what I did. And so I didn't do much. I put a few rows on. I worked on it for about an hour. And so I'm hoping that this all comes back to me on how I did the other socks. I still work with the girl that she helped me. I had a hard time with the heel. And I remember like the light bulb was not going off for me to put the heel on. And then finally, when my coworker sat down with me at lunch one day, it went off. So hopefully it goes off again. Now I did do two different colors. Like I did the toes and the cuff in this tan, but I forgot to do it for the heel. I forgot to change because it's so trying to get the heel done. They're by no means perfect. Absolutely not. I don't know if the tan color is in here. Yes, the tan is in here. And so all I have left for the second sock is using it for the toe. So I could probably get a whole sock out of that. Now the ones that I used, that I made in my knitting class, they're a little rough looking. I'll show you guys them. But they are rough looking. I wore them a lot last winter. And every time I washed them, when I saw that they were clean in my drawer, I wore them. And then they got washed. And as soon as I saw they were clean, I wore them. So any chance I could wear them, I did. So they are a little rough looking. They felted some, it looks like. Or there's fuzzies or some, you know. But this is them. That is from these patches here are from the continuous washing. And yeah. But they're amazing. I got two of them. And they're in this pretty orange color. So pretty. This is my sock bag that I was using last year. So I have the sock yarn in here, and I believe I have more of the orange, so maybe I'll combine orange and tan. I don't know, to use up the yarn at least. Keep making slipper socks until I run out. I don't know. But I'm using these hooks here. Hooks? Needles, because it's knitting. Knitter's Pride US 5 3.75 millimeter. They supplied this for the class. But yes, my orange socks did look like this at one point. But I will continue to wear them because they go on my feet. So yes, I got the knitting bug. And like I said, if you want to check out the hat that I'm working on, go over to the No Filter Fibercast that Christy and I just recently did and check that out. Don't know what's come over me. It just, the knitting bug hit me and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to continue on with socks and hats to see where I go. Like I said, I don't know how to read a pattern. I know how to read this basic sock pattern that they gave us for class, but that's the extent of it. Nothing more. So really enjoying it. I would like to expand my knitting knowledge, but it's not currently on my priority list. Although I have the itch to knit. So we'll see. What else have I been working on? Well, I do have a new project. Oh, I know my plate was full and I took stuff off, but this new project goes into my next announcement, which is Attack of the Amigurumi 2021, where I'm going to announce the October theme. So, but don't panic. If you are still working on September, that's okay. You have a few days. You have until, I'll do the winter probably on October 1st. Which is Friday, which I'm off work, so I'm very excited. I took that day off months ago because you have to have time off in advance. And then my test is Thursday, so it worked out absolutely perfect. And you probably didn't need to know those details, but I shared them anyways. So I'll probably, once my daughter goes to school, I'll probably come home and do the winner for that. So you have until Thursday night to get those entries in. I'm enjoying seeing everybody's. I love Attack of the Amigurumi 2021. I initially did it, for those that are new, I initially did it to master my amigurumi skills, because amigurumi was such a struggle for me. I enjoyed it, but I hated it at the same time. And I hated the part of assembly, putting the face on, because those details, like especially the face, matter. Like it makes or breaks the stuffed animal. So I wanted to perfect my skills. And there was times I would spend more time on the facial features than I did on the actual parts. It just drove me crazy, but it worked. I am getting better at my amigurumi. I am more excited to work on amigurumi. Before I was like, ugh, I really want to do this, but I don't, like, kind of thing. Now I'm like, I want to make all the amigurumi. All the amigurumi, I want to make it. So for September, it was in the kitchen. Now, I don't have one made. It is one of the things I took off my plate because for August, it was down on the farm. I made 2 goats. And so I was going to make this pineapple for September, but I needed a reset. So for the past few months, what I was doing was I was always still working on the previous month's theme halfway into the following month, and then starting the next month. So that's where I was leading at. I just finished the ghost last weekend, and here today is what, the 26th, I believe. So I was really like putting a lot of pressure on myself, and with my test coming up, I needed to take some pressure off. So I decided to not make one. But like I said in past videos, there is going to be Attack of the Amigurumi 2022. Some may have, there's more themes that I want to do. And there may be some repeat ones because I want to make other things in those themes. So for those that don't know, it's on my Facebook page. The link is down below. And that is where you'll find all the information for Attack of the Amigurumi 2021. There's going to be 2 posts if you go under the announcements tab. One post is where I share, was the announcement at the beginning of the year. That's where I share my finished pictures of my finished amigurumi. On that post, you could share details, questions, patterns, ideas, stuff like that. And then the other post that I have is the post for the month of that theme. That's where I go to pull the names for the drawing. And for September, and that's where you post your finished pictures. And if you have any questions, you can put questions on there too, and progress pictures and stuff like that. But I only pull names from the finished project. So yes, all the roles are in there. So for September, now I'm getting all my months mixed up. For September, you can win 2 skeins of I Love This Yarn. And it is I Love This Yarn print in the colorway Suede Shoes. And it is 100% acrylic, 252 yards, and it's a 4 medium. And it's got these pretty grays, whites, tans, and it has one of my stitch markers on there as well too. So what is October's theme? Well, that should be pretty easy to figure out. We're going to call it, it's Spooktacular. So anything Halloween themed is going to be for the month of October. And I already got mine started because I just needed to do that to try and stay ahead of the game. So I don't have the printed pattern. It is a pay-for pattern by Katie Diz on Etsy. And because I don't have the printed pattern because I'm out of ink on my printer and I gotta get some. So actually I gotta order it because I went to Walmart to purchase the ink and it was double the price versus purchasing it off Amazon. So I'm gonna order on Amazon. Anyways, more information you didn't need to know, but there we go. But anyways, it is a bat. So the link for that will be down below. You can go check that out. And I do have it started. And we're doing a green bat, bright green bat. I am using more I Love This yarn in the colorway Key Lime. So yes, it's a bright green. This pattern is easy. I follow Katie Diz on other social media platforms. I just love her patterns. This is the first one I'm doing of hers. And I'm enjoying it so far. So she has some really cute ones. And the bat, I was on the fence, like, don't start your Attacking the Amigurumi project yet. Get some other things done. You have time. You're not going to do anything big. But then I couldn't wait any longer. So I did it. Here we go. And so with that, the prize that you can win for October, and I'm housing this in this bag my mama made me. And for what you can win for October for doing Attack of the Amigurumi 2021 is one cake of this mandala ombre and these bright colors. So I figured since I was doing a bright Amigurumi, we're going to do some bright colors. And one of my stitch markers on there. This is 100% acrylic, 4 medium, 344 yards, and the colorway Happy. So, look for that post. If the post, I was doing so good. The post probably won't go up until later this week, I'll be honest. If it goes up today, it may happen. It may not. So, don't get too excited. It will be up on the 1st, definitely. Just not sure if it's going to get up sooner than that. So, that's the announcement of that. What else? Well, for those that may be wondering, what am I wearing? I've left you in without addressing it for this long now. What am I wearing? Well, some people may recognize it as my recent pattern release at the end of, oh my gosh, no, I don't know, at the end of August. I released this pattern. I also am doing a crochet along with it, which this is the last week for it, and we're going to do a winner for that. So this is the Infinite Scarf. And let me take it off and show you. For those that are newer, they may not know. So what I did is I took my friend Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy, gifted me this yarn at Christmas time last year from Toad Hollow. And it was a mini skein set, and I felt inspired by it. So I took it and designed this scarf using each one of these mini skeins. And then the 5th one is for the border. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for everyone that supported me with that. It was scary doing my first solo pattern. It was scary and exciting all at the same time. I do have plans for more, so be on the lookout for that. Not anytime soon. But the creative juices are going for some pattern designs. And I am doing a giveaway for the make-along. So I am giving away 1 pack of the same yarn that I designed this pattern in. It's the Toad Hollow the Lost Words collection. It is 5 mini skeins of 80/20 superwash nylon. Superwash in nylon, 20 grams, 92 yards each. So this is the same thing that I designed my infinite scarf out of. You have, I believe, it's this Saturday. So the crochet along is going on till this Saturday. The link for the pattern is down below. It is a paid-for pattern. It will be down below for those that haven't got theirs yet. And you still have time to make it. It's still doable to get this done by Saturday. And then Sunday, I'll do a drawing for the winner for that. So I'm loving seeing everybody's. Loving the color combinations, the different ways that people are you know, doing the pattern. Is so exciting. It's a different level of, I went through when I released, I went through like the butterflies and the nervousness, like, is this perfect? And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm on another part of the roller coaster of the process of seeing everyone's taking my pattern and putting it into the colors that they have or want to make. And it's just a whole bunch of feelings that I'm feeling, and I can't express them. It's really hard. But this scarf I designed to be able to do it a couple different ways. Make it lightweight so it can be for all year long. Very lightweight, very comfy, cozy, you know, a staple in your wardrobe. So yes, thank you for those that are doing it. Thank you though for those that are supporting me on that adventure. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm loving seeing everybody's infinite scarves. They are so cool. And I want to make more because I'm getting inspired from everybody else. I do have another one going. I haven't worked on it though, but I'll show it to you real quick. Let's see here. I wasn't planning on showing it, but that's why I need a minute to pull it out. But here's my next one. So yes. So what I'm using is a gradient set, mini set on this one, and I'm using gray to break it up. It has crossed my mind not to use this center gray to break up the colors, but I wanted to give it more character. I'm using this. These are the other 3 skeins that I got. It is it's a hand-dyed yarn I bought that I'm buying hand-dyed yarn from Etsy shops with 500 sales or less. I promise there's a video coming out for a new one. This is Chameleon hand-dyed yarns. I bought her yarn earlier this year. So yes, it's the Study of Color mini skein set in the colorway Coral. So I think it's gonna be really cool. And I'm using this wool-like for the gray to break it up in between the colors. So I haven't had a chance to work on that. It's not a priority right now, and that's okay. I will get there, just not now. But let me tell you, I do have a new design in the works. It's this little guy here with some texture. I got something in my noggin here for another project with texture, because I like texture, and I'm using a skein of Karen's Simply Soft. This one's called Robin's Egg. When I envisioned it, I envisioned this color, so this is what I pulled. Still working on it. It's not working up exactly what I wanted it to. I'm not sure what to do with it quite yet, but I will get it figured out. I think I need to go back to the drawing board, but yes, this is going to have texture. That's the start of it. So be on the lookout for that. Not anytime soon, but I would like to have another pattern release sometime in December. It's October starts this week, so I don't know. And I like giving my pattern testers plenty of time to work on a project. So basically, I had to be done with the project 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I'll get it figured out. It might not be till January. I don't know. We shall see. It depends on how long I get it to. I don't know. I'm not putting pressure on myself. I'm enjoying the creative process, the thinking that goes into it to try and take what you're envisioning and putting it either on paper and then working it up on yarn is just, it's hard, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah. But anyways, I think that's all I have to share. Thought this was going to be a shorter episode since I did record last week, but it turned out to be just fine. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous week, and remember to keep that yarn running through those fingers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.